This looks like a real outdoor scene, huh? All those buildings are real? Oh, illusion revealed! Oh no, what? It's just a plane with a couple trees? Welcome to Daily Dev Update. Alright, today is part 3 of Recyclobots. If you haven't seen the other 2 videos, please start from the beginning because it is worth it. Last week I showed you the Recyclo dog, and this week's gonna show you just how much more elaborate these things get. Everything you're about to see is done in the America's Army Proving Grounds editor. Nothing is behind closed gates. It's all publicly available. You can download it for free on Steam. So that is it. That's my disclaimer, and let's jump right in, shall we? So this is the first scene with the entire Recyclo family. We got Ladybot, got Dudebot, and then the Recyclo kids. So it's just a nice little start to this story because the Recyclo kids themselves make a lot more appearances in the rest of the game as far as the Recyclobots are concerned. This map itself is Bridge Night, and that's probably one of the worst maps in the entire game in my opinion, so we're just gonna leave that at that, and we're gonna move on to the next map. Alright, so this scene is Redline. Redline is probably one of the coolest maps that I was able to work on. Honestly, it's because of all the curvy architecture. I got to make the actual architecture itself, from all of the curvy walls, all the curvy ceilings, to the floors and pillars and everything. So the actual structure itself was all something that I had a handle in. All of this stuff is connected by all these different tunnels. The tunnels are really cool. But the Recyclobots in this map are actually hidden behind this red door over here. And yes, there's more Recyclo kids. So we got Ladybot and Dudebot hanging out, watching the kids while these 2 kids are fighting. This one's wearing Surveying gear, looks super cute, just like the actual minions. And then this one over here is about to be crushed by a rocket he was playing with. There's also the Recyclobot bot, which was made from a light that was shining on these walls. The Recyclobot bot doesn't make many more appearances. I think this is the only map that it's in, and it's actually in this map twice. It's over here. This is the original one. It's got the face and everything, so it's a very cute looking Recyclobot bot. This scene's very simple. It's a very quick scene, nothing too crazy happening. So I'm just gonna go ahead and move on to this next one, which is a little bit more fun. Alright, so this is Checkout, and Checkout's really neat. It's an abandoned mall that had a helicopter crash through its ceiling. I worked on the ceiling bits, these destroyed rubble bits, the destroyed helicopter. I didn't model the helicopter itself. I took a helicopter asset and destroyed it. And overall together, like the scene there's a lot going on in the scene itself. We have this clothing shop over here that has these really creepy mannequins that I want to show you because you'll know why in a sec, why the creepy mannequins are things I want to show you over here. We'll see this one right here. This mannequin is it's something our character artist made, and it's super dirty and grimy and creepy. It's weird. It's a weird thing to just have in a game. Then below here we have the seafood restaurant, which is just a neat looking place. I just like the way it looks. It's very ahoy, you know, like it's got a neat looking nautical theme. Then probably like one of the coolest places in the entire game is the arcade, which the arcade is all blacklit, and we have different arcade machines that all of our different artists worked on. It's a lot of the different personalities in that person came out in their arcade machine. So you got like this tentacle machine, you got Raptor Soccer, these moped racing game called Radish Rush, which I thought, man, that was awesome. And just overall, just a really cool setup of different machines that everybody made. And my machine was the skee ball machine, which is, I like skee ball quite a bit. So I figured, what's an arcade without a skee ball machine, you know? Anyhow, what you're here for though is the Recyclobots, and you got this really cool arcade, so how could I not put the Recyclobots somewhere in the arcade? Right behind the wall of here is the party room, and in here is the Recyclo kids. They're throwing cups all up the skee ball machine. You got the Ladybot and Dudebot with mannequin arms and legs, which is why I showed you the mannequin. Just to be a little less creepy. It's still pretty creepy looking, so I'm very aware of the fact that this is creepy, and they do have cones on their heads for whatever reason, so don't ask me about the cones. I have no idea. I just thought they looked fun. The last Recyclo kid in this scene is this one, which is trying to balance this giant cup and has a silly straw sticking out of it. I'm gonna go through this wall and out to the main lobby, and this is where the lemonade stand is. And on the lemonade stand has the straw itself, and the silly straw is actually my initial model. It just didn't look good on top, so I just kind of used the tip of the silly straw and called it a day. The silly straw leads into the lemonade stand, okay, so this is a bit of a sad story. We had a programmer on the team that I was lucky enough to work with. His name was Andrew Grubb. He got sick somewhere around the middle of AAPG, and unfortunately he passed away. So in his memory, we do a lot of things like make the lemonade stand because he loved lemonade. So this kind of leads into the last spot, because the last Recyclobot location wouldn't exist if it weren't for Grubb. All right, so this map is called Intercept. It's the last map I'm going to show you today, and I worked on this really neat destroyed building. The entire map is destroyed, really. It's got all these really cool, just organic shapes from the destruction. It's based off of old world buildings, so it has really small frames for doors and windows, and just has a lot of castle-like features. And if I go through this little tunnel here, and then straight to this grate, we can enter the Recyclo dungeon. And this is the thing that Grubb would absolutely love. So let's go down the stairs of the Recyclo dungeon and into the hall. Now this is the entrance to the Recyclo dungeon, and these are the Recyclo minions. They're greeting us with their copper armor, which is literally just the Servanian armor with a copper material on it. They are granting me access so I can go down into the dungeon further. And we got a few candles lighting the way here, and down the green hall. If we go down slowly, leads us to Recyclozilla! Brr, brr, brr. And this is what Grubb would have absolutely loved. He bugged me constantly to make Recyclozilla. He wanted me to make it so big and engulf an entire map. We wanted to be able to like throw a grenade in a certain spot and it would show up and all the players would see it. It was so ambitious that it just would have taken forever to do, and we just never got to it. So I had to make some sort of dedication to him, and I think if he were here today, he would absolutely love this. So that's the story of Grubb and the Recyclobots and why it led up to this moment to create Recyclozilla. And Recyclozilla's face has the same type of truck for his face. He's got a dune buggy for a jaw, has mountains on his backs for his spikes, and the same shoes. So everything's kind of evolving from here and using the same type of assets. And behind Recylozilla is the golden goat, which is something that our lighting artist absolutely loved. That's his version of the Easter egg. And I think the funny thing about the golden goat is that I spent all of this time to make sure Recylozilla was hidden, and if you leave the room, everything disappears but the golden goat, because he decided to do some work after I did that whole entire setup, making sure the Recylozilla wouldn't show up. And that is the elaborate story of the Recyclobots Part 3. There's going to be 2 more parts at this point, 2 more Fridays. This next week coming up, I'll update you as things go, but it's going to be a bit wishy-washy. I'm not really sure if I'm going to be doing daily videos past Wednesday. We'll see how things go. I will keep you guys updated on Monday. I will not be doing any videos this weekend as per the normal schedule. So that is it. And yeah, if you like what I'm doing, please drop me a line down below. Smash those buttons. Let's go. And I'll see you tomorrow. Well, wait, I'll see you Monday for another episode. Bye!